Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Mark, my astrology channel. If you're a subscriber, then thank you very much. If not, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't mind hitting the button at the end of the video. We start the month with a new moon. Now the new moon is in Aries and it's in your 8th house. The new moon in Aries is about starting new ventures. It's about trying new things. It's all about new. Being spontaneous, taking the initiative. And in the 8th house, it's about developing yourself, developing your awareness, developing your perception of things. And you will help your self-development if you can put some effort in this area. And also with the new moon in the 8th, it's about financial planning. This is a great time to start a new venture, and because the new moon is also conjunct Mercury, this is a fantastic time for business enterprises. It's a good time for arranging loans or for starting a savings or investment plan. So finances are very much highly in the frame. Now the other elements are connected to Chiron, because Chiron is also connected to the new moon with a conjunction. Chiron will help you overcome any past wounds related to the 8th house. Now the 8th house is also about intimacy within relationships. So if there's any past wounds that are related to this, there's a time now to overcome them. Also to do with finances, if there's any past hurts to do with finances, it's time to overcome them and take a big leap forward. There are two other aspects happening on the 1st, and these are both quite big aspects. First is an aspect between Saturn and the Moon's nodes. Now this lasts for 19 days, so there's plenty of time to work with this. You have Saturn in your house, the 6th house, and this is a great time to get to grips with things, organise things. Now with that new moon there's a tendency to want to do things very quickly, but Saturn will slow you down. Saturn will help control the situation. Now, with the 6th house, it's all about your everyday routines. It's about the detail of things. This is where you can make some great improvements. And with the moon's nodes across the 3rd and 9th, it's about using your intellect, using your communication skills to better your quality of life. Now, with the 9th house, it's about new adventures, new and exciting things you can do. So here you need to achieve the balance between the existing framework, which is your 3rd house, and your new framework, which will be the 9th house, and your new adventures that you're planning. Now the other aspect is also to the 9th house. It's the Neptune making a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node. So in that 9th house you might find that it's time that you're interested in more spiritual things. You might find that you either read a book or see a program which inspires you to go down that route and look at either philosophy or religion or something that will advance you in a great way. Maybe a time that you want to go on some kind of pilgrimage to a foreign country, because foreign travel could also be involved here, if not actually doing it, reading and learning about it. So with Neptune in this aspect with the 9th house, it's certainly a fantastic time to look at new things and maybe plan a new adventure. There's a lot of activity around the 6th house first week of April. Juno makes a conjunction with Saturn as well on the 1st, so this is a time to make a firm commitment to one of your routines, maybe your work or your diet, your exercise. This is a good time to actually commit and say, I'm going to follow this through now. Now, there's a little bit of an upset on the 4th because Mars comes up behind Saturn and gives him a big push. Mars has been inspired by this new moon in Aries and wants things to happen quickly, but Saturn's trying to control things, trying to make things work in an orderly, structured way. So there may be some irritations with Mars pushing, and make sure you channel any excess energy in the right direction. Now we also have a very positive aspect from Jupiter on the 4th, and this one lasts 8 days. So once you've overcome that Mars day, Jupiter will help to bring new people into your life. Jupiter's in that 7th house. People can benefit you now. This is an aspect of the Moon's North Node, which we already spoke about. Other people, other planets have been aspected. Other people will come into your life and they will help you greatly. This is a time to share and to work together, not to go alone. On the 7th we have the major event of the year. This is a conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune, and this is in Pisces, your opposite sign. But this is a fantastic aspect because it will start a quiet revolution. And for you, this is in your 7th house, so this is going to very much involve other people. Now, Jupiter and Neptune have a vested interest in Pisces because they're ruler and co-ruler respectively, so this doesn't happen very often. The last time these two were conjunct in Pisces was back in 1856, and this was a memorable year. There was no fewer than 4 Nobel Prize winners born in this year. Also great names like Telsa, George Bernard Shaw, Freud, a lot of influential famous people born at this time. Now there's going to be like a quiet cultural rebellion and revolution. It's not the same as the difficulties we've had with Uranus and Saturn over the past couple of years. This is going to be more of a cultural thing. This will be more of a healing thing to help us get over the last couple of years. In 1856 it was the birth of the blues music, and something similar could happen now. The arts are very much highlighted and the imagination is also highlighted. So if you work in a creative industry or a creative person, this is going to be a fantastic year for you. Now, this aspect is exact for 11 days, but the influence will continue throughout the year. And this is a wonderful time to tap into your creative and imaginative side. Now for you in the 7th house, it's about relationships as well. This could be a time when a soulmate appears. Now this could be a new relationship, a partnership, or it could just be someone that's passing through and is on your wavelength. It's just come to give you some information or gently point you in the right direction. It doesn't mean to say it's going to be a long-term relationship. It could be one that someone that's just passing through, but it will be very influential for you and very, very advantageous. Between the 7th and the 10th, your ruler Mercury makes 4 aspects before he leaves the 8th house and moves into the 9th. Now the first 2 are to Saturn and Mars. This is time to really apply yourself. This again is in that 6th house, so get all those jobs done. Apply yourself to your work or your diet or your exercise regimes, and you can really get along and apply yourself mentally to do these things. Then the other 2 aspects are to Pluto and the Black Moon Lilith. This is a time to speak the truth, but keep an open mind. Bear in mind as well that you have to listen and accept other people's views that may not be exactly the same as yours, and incorporate them into your set as well. On the 12th we have another aspect that will help you to get things done and finished. This is the Sun making a positive aspect to Saturn. So this will really ground you, this one, and it will help you to focus with great self-discipline and really get on and achieve those tasks in that 10th house. Then a couple of days later we have Mars making an aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, but both of these are at 29 degrees, so they are what we call anoretic. They lose their power, their force, their drive, and they can't wait to get into the next sign. So we won't get much out of this aspect at all because the interaction will be very minimal, but things will happen once they change sign and house. On the 16th we have our first full moon of the astrological calendar, and this one is in Libra. It's at 26 degrees, so this is one of the classic critical degrees, so this is very, very intense. There's a lot of power and intensity with this full moon. In Libra it's about sharing, it's about balancing, it's about getting equilibrium, it's about balancing your needs with the needs of others. And also in the 2nd house it's about your finances and what belongs to you. It's also about the senses, because the 2nd house is about the 5 senses. So it's a good time when you'll be very sensual and very open to suggestiveness from other people. So it's a good time to get intimacy with others. We had the new moon in the 8th house, which was more about sharing your resources and looking at other people's finances, but now it's centered on your finances, your desires, your needs, so you need to address that at this time. A fantastic day to have some fun and an adventure on the 17th. Venus is in the 7th house of relationships, makes us positive aspect to the Mercury-Saturn conjunction on this day. So this is a great day for an adventure with your partner, with a loved one. Go to somewhere where you haven't been before, maybe a museum or a gallery, or go and see a film that you haven't seen before, something new that will stimulate you. Then on the 18th, it's another day when it's best to just chill out, relax and let things pass. The Sun makes a square to Pluto, but these planets again are both at around 29 degrees, so they're weakened and just flying, ready to get into the next sign. So don't make any important decisions on this day. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Taurus and your 9th house. Immediately makes an aspect to the Black Moon Earth, who's just moved into Cancer in the 11th house. Now this aspect is one where you can really show off your talents, and if you spend time with friends and you enjoying yourself, be sure to let them know exactly what you can do and what you're about. Then on the 21st, Juno moves into Pisces, and if you're not in a relationship, this is an ideal time to start one. A soulmate could appear. Juno is about making a firm commitment as well. So this could be a firm commitment within love. If you're already in a relationship, maybe it's time to up your game a little bit and to make that firm commitment and merge together as one. There'll be certainly a feeling of romance and commitment in the air. Between the 23rd and the 27th we have two conjunctions that actually sextile each other. Now we have Venus conjunct in Neptune, and this is a wonderful aspect. This is one that will bring romance, love and joy into your life. This is happening in your 7th house of relationships, and again this could be connected to this soul union that's going to occur for you. Then on the other aspect we have Mercury conjunct in the North Node. This is always a sign. This is always something that will point you in the right direction. This will help you to find the route that you should be taking. Then on the 29th we have Jupiter making a positive aspect to Pluto, and this is a time to remodel your life. This is 8 days. This is a time to rework things and to get things working, especially within your relationships, because Jupiter's in that 7th house again. Pluto's in the 5th house of love affairs. So this is a time to really get to grips and to use the creativity within relationships. You may encounter a creative person. You may decide that you want to up your game and you want to bring more excitement and adventure into your relationships. On the 30th we have our second new moon of the month. This has no astrological significance because it's in a different sign, but in the past the pagans used to say this was a black moon, and it was very good for performing rituals and for doing spells. But this new moon is in your 9th house. This is the house of growth. This is the house of expansion. So this is a time you can really put things into place now that will help you to grow in the future. Now this is also a partial solar eclipse, and it belongs to the series of 6 North, Saros. And this series is renowned for bringing or highlighting the relationship with authority figures. Also, it's about taking responsibilities or taking control of a situation that would help you to grow and expand in the future. Now the other thing about this new moon, it's in Taurus, so it's a time to be a little bit more bullish. It's time to stand up for what you want, stand up for your beliefs, and do what it is you have to do. Stand up and be counted. Thank you for watching the April review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd be glad to hear from you.